Dishing out the game, I'm out the pocket, but I rock with the game. We attacking, better stand back and watch them run. Shotgun come with the options and big blitz.
That's pure gold. Have you been tried in the fire? Have you been tried in the fire? Well, tell me, did you come through as pure gold?
You kick it like the benefactor's benefactor. Well, truthfully, we know you never been a factor. Well, honestly, the truth is that you've been an actor. And now your actions got them boys about to mass up. Lectures from the devil got you piping hot. This up and you get screwed and chopped, no Michael Watts. When I was 10, I knew I should have been on Rap A Lot.
We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. This defense for the Broncos, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Mayfield's throw taken in by Landry. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
And, CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. What's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 41, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, second down.
Second down and 7.
Play fake, Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down. this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, and he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? But a long one, and he can't connect. So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. They go play action with Wilson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 27 yards there, a first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Albert Okwuegbunam, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 39. 23 yards the pickup there. Mayfield on first down. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And it's caught by Hooper. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 18. A gain there of 21 yards. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
These two teams all tied after one. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Noah Fant with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos on just 2 plays have taken the lead. McManus's point after is good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From his end zone, it's Demetric Felton. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Browns drive about to get started. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
Got that man Landry. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. First catch there for OBJ, and that good for a first down. Mayfield on play action. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And some space here. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. That catch good for only a couple.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And they are winners of 2 straight games as they have climbed back to 500 now on the season.
And you and I both know that this can be a tough team to figure out sometimes, because I remember a few weeks ago you and I having a conversation where we both thought that this was a season that could get away from them pretty quickly. Obviously not.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
On 2nd down, McFarland. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Now Wilson on 1st down. He'll go up top here for Hamler. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way home for a Broncos score. KJ Hamler, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
From his end zone, it's Demetric Felton. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. Second and 10.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Mayfield on target to Landry for a Browns first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw caught by Higgins.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Now Mayfield. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hunt. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
First down, Mayfield. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
And this one is right through. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Push him back. Push him back.
Play action. It's Wilson. He dumps this off underneath to McFarland. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. Broncos on the move here a bit. Nice plays in succession back-to-back. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. McFarland running out of the gun.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Wilson. Open man, he completes it to Judy.
He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
On first down, McFarland. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
That's caught left side by Judy. The reception good for 7. It's third down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive, and he had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he's got his tight end Fant. Touchdown Broncos. Noah Fant with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Broncos take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. McManus's point after is good, and the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. The Browns drive about to get started. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
From the 27, Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Michael O.J. Mudia. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. From his end zone, it's Demetric Felton. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald derby. And the Broncos are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. McFarland once more. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On the handoff, it's McFarland. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Here's Wilson to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards. On 1st down, McFarland. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7. Leaves him with a 2nd and 3. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
2nd down and 3.
Now it's Wilson. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. Jerry Jeudy, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Broncos are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
McManus's point after is good, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
From his end zone, it's Demetric Felton. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. Mayfield to throw it. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
2nd and 6.
Mayfield.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield with it once more. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns
Browns get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught at the 5. And he gets into the end zone. We'll give him credit. They're not going to take this deficit lying down. They get too closer here on the fake extra point. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll check this down to McFarland. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. That's going to be caught by Judy. 7 yards to pick up there. On second down, McFarland, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 63 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. Here's the backup now, the former Badger, Melvin Gordon. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. Now it's Wilson. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And that is incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Play action. Now Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The kick by McManus is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On second down, Mayfield again. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. He's going to let it fly. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up second down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. That's going to be brought in by Higgins. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free. Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
3rd and goal, they're going with Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Browns get a score closer. So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2. Mayfield going to try to throw for the 2. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds. So unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Now a give, right side. McFarland. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Wilson going to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Beck. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Broncos, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on Washington. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through